Morning. Morning, Isaac, Juma, Chris Fitness, Abby. So what happened is I joined the broadcast and then the YouTube app misbehaved, so it kicked me out. I joined again, it kicked me out. I did it again until I decided to just end that broadcast and start a new one. That's why you see this one doesn't have a title. But I hope you guys are doing well today. Another week and September. I hope your new month is good. Yeah. It's a new month and you ought to understand that kati buli kyokole saawa eno, buli kyokole saawa eno wangi omwaka guwedde September, October, November, December. We have only 3.5 months remaining to end the year. So what were your goals? Have you done at least half of them? Because sometimes you may not be able to do everything, but you need to ask yourself, have I done at least half of my have I gone halfway my goals? Because life is unpredictable, right? It's very unpredictable. So I had a chat with traffic officers on Friday on subject to a TikTok video I did. Okay, I did like a number of them, and so I was stopped in Kawanda. Not stopped because I had done anything wrong, but I was stopped in Kawanda because I talked about that particular roadblock in Kawanda. That particular, traffic stop in Kawanda, where a certain officer stopped me, and well, he said that my number plates were fake. So I did a number of videos on the traffic officers and that particular one. I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't there when they stopped me, and I have not seen him since I did the video. So one thing I realized is that actually social media is powerful. With social media, we have the power to cause change. So for a number of days last week, traffic officers would wave at me. They would say hello. They would shout and call Arthur. The first day they did that, I thought, it's a threat. Like, Arthur wetukwatirako. I knew it was the video. So I did like a number of videos. I did the first video was because I was talking about this guy that tried to, he wasted my time basically. He parked me for 30 minutes telling me how my number plates were fake. There is a way he peeled the number plate, and because it was peeling, he was telling me that my number plates were fake. And of course the number plates are sprayed with paint, so yes, they can peel. But according to him, because it was peeling, my number plate was fake. He wasted a lot of my time. He's written to park my car, to do investigation and all that. Now, I thought he was genuine. Apparently he wasn't, and all his colleagues knew he wasn't genuine. But they let him do whatever he was doing. I think I think in traffic police, everyone kind of has a target to meet financially. So when someone is trying to hit their target, you don't disturb them, you don't get in their way. So I did that video, and then I did several follow-up videos. One of the videos was telling people how these traffic officers actually have money. But in it, okay. And then I did a number of follow-up videos. Since then, I've been talking about loading your car. And then along the way, I started interpreting the law. This is dirty, but it's quicker. Oyeze kutoka yo no tuke wanu galuwe bizi gatuyagana na kuyita wo kwegamba. So so the whole of last week, these guys would be calling my name whenever I would be passing their stop. Arthur, because of the videos I did. And so it was Saturday, I think. It was Saturday. On Saturday they stopped me, and when they stopped me, I said because I just wanted to prove them that okay, if it's a fake number plate, then URA or Ministry of Works or GM Tampeko made me fake number plate. So they say so I went and they showed me that my number was indeed genuine. So he showed me a stamp that is in the number plate. The fake number plates can't have the fake number plates can't have that stamp. It's sort of like a seal that is in all genuine number plates. So they showed me that thing, and then I asked them, then how come your colleague was harassing me that I have fake number plates? And they said, you know what, among all of us, that sort of and all that. And then they were engaging me about the traffic laws, and then of course they were engaging me about my videos. It seemed my videos can either damage their reputation, and I like the way they handled it though. It was public relations, and then the person who was in charge. So I learned something that I'm going to teach you today. And of course, even when you learn this thing, it doesn't mean that you be rude about it. Try to be as polite as possible, because I realize that these guys, because well, they wake up in the morning and the first thing they do is go to a parade, and they're standing there for like almost an hour or even more. So from the time they wake up, they're being shown that they're nothing, and it happens. Police, army, okuja konga you're high ranking, but even when you're high ranking, the person who has a rank above you tries to show you that you're nothing. So these guys are shown that they are nothing from the time they wake up every day. They are given orders, even some of the stupid orders. Oh, sorry, I'm going to say it again. Stupid is a bad word?
Yeah.
Hey, who told you that? The teacher. Mommy told you stupid is a bad word. I'm not going to use it again. So, bye. So we need to understand that these guys are being crushed. Their esteem is being crushed every morning. So when a traffic officer gets a chance to crush your spirit, he will try to crush it. So it needs to be upon you to make sure that your spirit is not crushed no matter what. So we were having this chat with these guys, and I was telling them, I'm not your enemy. Just do the right thing. My people will do the right things. And at the end of our conversation, actually, one of the traffic officers put me aside and said, "No, Mani Arthur, Fenate Tsobola Genda Kumateka 100%." And he told me if they decided to go with the lower 100%, many cars would be off the road. And I said, but also if we went by the lower 100%, even us traffic officers might not be on the road here. You get, eh? So what did I pick from that statement? the law gets all of us, okay? The law gets the traffic officers, the law gets us, the law gets the car owners, the law gets the drivers, the law gets all of us. Good morning, Marvel Gadget. So the law, good morning, Mark, good morning, Peace Joseph, good morning, Joshua, Kevin, Richard. Man, the weekend I gave a hectic. Remember, I went back to school, so Saturday is class, Sunday is full of discussions, and actually yesterday during our broadcast I realized I was in the wrong discussion. Mukama Katonda ebintu byokusomanga tuti bantu bakulu bemenya omanya okubera mu discussion then later on no realizing ebintu bya discussion ebiza kuba mu kirasi gwe gyokola. Then I got out of that discussion. I have to figure out which discussion I figure out tonight, because today I have a class in the evening. That's why I'm going to find my real discussion group. Anyway. We shouldn't underrate social media. It has potential to influence societal change. So I realized that time when I was stopped by the traffic officer when we were having a chat, that actually you can use social media to make things better for you, for your friends, for your family, for your children and grandchildren. We should not just use social media to play around. If we went by the law 100%, many cars will not be on the road. Apparently, even the traffic officers will not be on the road. Because let's face it, what are they doing there? Okitegera okujanga wali akawaayiro muteeka akagamba abatraffic bakkiriza okukola road block bayimirize buli kimu. Okitegera, because these are not random checks. Good morning, William. Yeah, so the person in charge was talking to me while going away. That could be because he did not want to be directly involved in the HR stunt, because they were basically doing the PR, not HR, the PR stunt, because they were clearly doing PR. They kept saying the statement, we are not your enemies, we're your friend. Yes, Marvel Gadget, when they don't handle classes ku institute yewange, but this when we can probably have it today afternoon. Jangulero afternoon. Okay, let me also remind you guys, nyinara for your follower wange yagenze US njitunda eri price tag ya 23 million. Price tag ya 23 million. Kweri ku community tab, you go and see that RAV4 and call me up and come look at it. It's on the road, there's nothing to repair. Ovuga buvuzi ngogenda. It's a USZ genda yo jirabe ya white. It's a RAV4 2002 2005 model. Ibera mu VVTi engine, it's the same engine in the premium model, so it doesn't really consume that much fuel. It consumes as good as a premium model. So come buy that car and go enjoy yourself. Yali agikoze nnyo, then visa gye yayita subira kuyitamu neeyitamu, so yagenze US tagenda kudda. If I have 8 million, can I get a good VVTi which is 1.5? No, you can't. Okay, I don't want to rule that out. There are chances you're using Wanga Mukisagu, but under normal circumstances, 8 million. Olimo premium new model, ngatiza CC 12, nespace old model tojifuna, primo ipsamu chipina. Yeah, so 8 million, current 8 million doesn't get you the VVTi cars that I recommend as well. So Saturday I was stopped by traffic officers and we were having that. And then there are things that I want to point out here so that none of my followers actually gets caught off guard. I'm going to do a series of videos where I will interpret the law, the traffic law. I'll try, because it's important that we understand the traffic law. The traffic officers, one of the traffic officers was telling me that if you went by the law 100%, twins of Tasigara Kuku. Yeah. I totally don't believe that. I believe that if we go by the law, fene to go by the amateka 100%, tetujava kukubo. First of all, under the law, if we go by the law totally, even the government should be out of a job. Why? Because according to the traffic law, the traffic and road safety law, our cars are supposed to be inspected, I think, annually. I read that myself. But when was the last time your car was inspected, either by IOV or some sort of organization? Of course, they did these inspection grounds. On every highway there is that building. I think it was called SGS. But it didn't even work for 3 months. But according to the law, our vehicles are supposed to be inspected at least once every year. But that doesn't happen, right? Now that's the first law that is broken by the government itself that created the law. True, but it's on them. They don't inspect my car, well, and it's not my fault. But there are laws that we need to understand. The first thing that people take for granted that I need you guys to understand and put into action is that every car is supposed to be in the URA system. What do I mean? Every car that is on the road is supposed to be with a new logbook. A new logbook, ruba rupapura. It's a piece of paper. I don't even know where my logbook is. Every Ragnar, are you singing Racho Nimba? Eh? Time. So, okay. According to the law, if your car normally, well, the cars were the first time they are selling all the SGS inspection centers in the country because they failed to get operationalized. But I think it was a government thing. It should have been easy to operationalize that. You get. So anyway, so what is the new logbook? The new logbook is a piece of paper. It's like this. It's one piece of paper, and that piece of paper has all the information you need to know about the car, all the information they need to know about the owner of the car, and according to the law, you're supposed to move with that piece of paper at all times. You remember in the movies where we see the Hollywood movies where the traffic officer stops a guy and says license and registration. License is your driving permit, the registration is the logbook. Okay, so you're supposed to move with both. You're supposed to move with the original driving permit. You're not obligated to move with your original driving permit. According to the law, you're supposed to move with your original driving permit. According to the law, now me, I have my original driving permit here with me, but I also have a copy on the phone. Now, I first show this officer the copy on the phone, and then if he insists, then I bring out the original driving permit. Why? Because I know it's supposed to be, I'm supposed to have the original driving permit on me at all times when I'm driving. Now, the logbook. You're supposed to have a copy of your logbook with you at all times. Bye, Ragnar. Are you supposed to have a copy of your logbook at all times? Now, in the past, we used to have logbooks that were green, the green logbooks. Above the moro kabakadde nganze muzijukirizo green logbook. Ngera akatako kota obera nako. Noka kweka walange ekyapa. So, but then they re-verified in the system. They brought the new system where your logbook is on your TIN number. So tsikata wonti omuntu asobola okukabba n'akatwala. Okitegeera. So, so in the new URA system, you take your car if it's still in the green logbook. I'm sure there are still some guys here that have cars that belong to their parents, probably driven in the village, that are not verified. Now, what happens is that you take your car to URA for inspection, okay, and take the green logbook. Then they verify in the system that okay, this is still the car, it still exists. This is the engine number, is the engine that is in this car is still the old engine that we knew. The chassis number is still the same. ekyali kemipira jejimu kale ekyali yemu. Basically the car never changed, and then they go and verify that in the system, and then it's put in the new logbook. So the new logbook now exists, so you can print it out and move with it. Now then the car can actually be transferred to a new owner. If the car is still in the green logbook, you cannot transfer it to a new owner until you verify it. Now, while I was chatting with these traffic officers, a guy was stopped. He was driving a Kachikumi Kumi, which I know was in a green logbook. Now, what people do these days, which is a very idiotic thing, someone buys a car that is in the green logbook, and instead of fighting to get this car verified, they start buying fake third party. Mark you, without the new logbook, you cannot buy third party. With the green logbook, you can't buy third party. Which take it. So this guy, instead of struggling to go and re-verify their car in the new URA system, he again and agora third party are fake. They can even park your car at police. Park about verification. By no kuga imoroka wa banzibe. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Ndikushuwadi nti yagenza uvawo nga agabye emitwalo 5. Because ogwo musango munene nnyo. If you buy third party, or if you have something that looks at third party, because third party is meant to protect the other people on the road, not you. Third party is meant to protect the people, the pedestrians, the other cars, the border riders. So if you have a fake third party, now of course people are going to ask me, when has third party ever worked? You need to understand that it's not the traffic police that is mandated to make sure that third party works. You, the owner of the car, which is why I recommend that everyone, whenever you can afford, buy a second car. Because the next time I get involved in an accident, I'll park my car at police and wait for third party to compensate the other person. Because what happens is this: if you get involved in an accident, okay, and you have third party, ideally what you should do is follow up with your insurance company to pay this person that has been affected by the insurance, by the accident. Make sure your insurance company compensates the third party. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but you cannot do that when you're driving your car away. Police sayinza kukiza kujawo motoka yo nga tosasudde third party. That's why some cars are there at police. No semotoka ngampya nnyo. It's because that person is following up the third party. He's claiming from the insurance company. Now, why do you guys normally pay the border guys in why do you pay this person immediately mugende? It's because you don't want to go park your car at police and then start following up with your insurance company, because that might take a long time. So it's important to understand that's why police, even a police officer, will make sure that he's trying to save your time. Ostegera osasuloli mugende mwenda mugende naye mumweyoke mumuwadde muvuge mu lukaza mwe mugende kubanga wa traffic akimanyi. If you decide to follow the third party system, you will have to park your car, which may take 3 months. Now that's something I've never followed up, but that's something I want to follow up when I get a second car. Not that I'm going to be there knocking people, but in case it happens, I want to park that one car, lock it up, so can go with the third party system. How much they pay, when they pay, how they pay. Because the third party insurance is not based upon if you were driving okay or not. Third party yeri works as muntu go to medde. Oba wabadde ovugisa kimama, oba wabadde ovuga bulungi. Then after you've paid that person, then you go to police and deal with the criminal charges of either reckless driving and all that. So your third party works as the third party no matter what has happened. You can't buy third party without ngolimu logbook system. Now we guys mwabasinga muri lake nti moroka ze muguze ezisinga ziri mu system empia ya URA, which means they have a new logbook. But for the guys that are buying Primos, Chivinas, Ipsams and all that, there are chances that your car, Dr. Jonathan wangobye kubindazi bitulako bwenti nga binsikiriza naye nga anjagala kuwangala. So abagule moroka enkadde, whenever you buy an old car, Chibina, Chikume, G-Touring, Karibu, you get it? If you buy those old cars and you find that the car is in the green logbook, musale mitwala atano, because that's how much you're going to use to verify that logbook and transfer it to your names. Musale mitwala meka, musale mitwala atano. You need to take the car for inspection, whether you like it or not. And if you're buying a car that is in the green logbook, make sure the engine wasn't changed. It's like you buying a Mercedes Benz in the green logbook, get a engineer Mark II. That car will not be on the road for long, because now we're now successful alteration. We're not going to plaza engineer, which you may not have. Don't buy an altered car, okay? Togule moroka nti yali big honi bajiteka mu engineer nuwa ngateba altering. Don't buy that car. You're going to suffer, because which road are you going to drive on? So it's important that we understand that. I don't want anybody for the love of cars to be making those mistakes. Then this thing of alterations, you see, there are people abawakanane atha. Every information that is imprinted in your logbook, before you change it, you need to go and ask for permission at the Ministry of Works. Now it used to be URA, but now it's the Ministry of Works and Transport. You need to go and ask for permission. Now, some of the things that are put in your logbook, the tire size. Me actually put back the tires that were supposed to be on this car. There was 195, I put back 185. Because the logbook says I'm supposed to have 185. So I put it back. Now, your logbook says your car is supposed to be silver. Before you put any other car, one line like this that is black, you need to go to Ministry of Works and tell them, you know what guys, I want to put a black line here, put a second color, so that it says silver and black. I don't know if I make sense. Now, you see, that when the traffic officer was saying, 100%, you guys will not be on the road. This is what they were saying. A person buys a car that is red, and because he likes white, he repaints it white without altering in the system. Yeah? You guys, anything that is written in the logbook, before you change it, go and pay for alterations. Yeah? Egari munjira begenda. Kagari ka masaze kalinga pichi. But the guys that live in town, I don't even know why you're buying cars. Just get 3 million and buy that bike. It is good for exercise, but it's also good for riding like a motorcycle. Wotuka kaso zingonyoro muliro. Kandabe kanonye ya Juma. Ojuma namuze million munanta sobola jifuna. Of course, you can get like a VIT 1.3 with a dead engine or a bad engine that you'll have to replace in a couple of weeks or months. That is possible. Also, you can get like a espacio in the village. Like if you went to Hoima, Mubende, you could get a spacio, you could get a raum, but it will have work to be done. Like most of the times, the engine will be bad. You can get at 8 million. So lete oga 10 million nga bili za engine nokola ebirala, because ebirala ebyokola bijja kubamu. Ojajima ojigula munana nojimayira million nga 5. Okitegeera. So it's important that you understand. Yeah. So logbook tuvuddeyo tetunaba. Before you alter something, before you put bigger tires on your car, you people, when a traffic officer was saying that we are not safe if they follow the law 100%, he was saying that most of your cars are not supposed to be on the road. They're either supposed to be in the URA yard or they're supposed to be at the IOV. Why? The moment you put bigger tires on your car, you're supposed to pay for alterations at URA. You guys don't. Your mechanic tells you, you also do it. A traffic officer is allowed to stop you, ask for your logbook, look at the particulars in the logbook, look at what you have on the car, and say this is not the car. Let's park it. Because the moment you put bigger tires on a car that's supposed to have small tires, you're directly changing the car. That's a different car. So the traffic officer should basically park you. Eyo siyenta mugira berike emipira minene sije ejajirako. Kati wadde mugira nti ku UBJ. Omusirikale wadde mboji parkinga. So when the traffic officer was saying that if we follow the law 100%, you guys will not be on the road, that's what one of the things he meant. Echirala, you putting colors, paint. Nemuteka design ku motoka, noteka ko design eza red ne blue ne black ne green. Ngemotoka yaje ya white. You're supposed to go to URA or Ministry of Works, I mean, and get your car inspected and then ask for alterations, pay. Obagambe njagala gattamu color green, blue, purple. Bakukirize bakigate ne mu logbook nti kati ne motoka okuva olwaleero ya green, blue, purple. If you don't do that and you put those colors, that's a new car. The traffic officers are allowed to stop you and say you stole a car. I don't know. I'll have to ask. The last I had the Rumion was about 36, 37. But I also doubt. I doubt. Kati ezo milioni 28 zigula rawu zigula gundi raktisi n'espace togigula. Ogula raktisi, ogula sienta, ogula rawumu mu bondi ezimu Lumion hizo butajifuna milioni 28. Okitegeera kati mu logbook tuvuddeyo. So when you look at your logbook, the logbook of your car, make sure that everything that is in the logbook is what is on the car. You see, the people that I helped buy a Nua, how I knew that they were being sold either a stolen or an altered car, is by looking at the logbook and also looking at the car. Now they did not give me the logbook, but I verify. I have my people deep inside the system. I'm like Reddington. So my people deep inside, they give me information. And well, they sent me information. I looked at the car. The car was different. The car, that's how I knew this car was altered. Now, this car was altered. Alterations. Now, if you find Uganda one, your car can't survive, which is why it's very important that everything you do changes. It's not allowed to remove the seats of a Nua because the seats are supposed to be there. A traffic officer is okay. He can park you and tell you to go bring those seats and put them in. Akatanda. Do you guys even know that even a guard is not allowed on the car? You guys, it's not allowed for you to put a guard on the car. This business of you guys putting guards, it's not allowed. That's why the traffic officer was saying that if he follows the law 100%, temujja kubeera ko kubo. Bino ebintu byamukona ne mugattako obutaala ku bumper, n'ogatta obutaala ku bonnet obutajjira ku motoka. You will not be on the road if these guys followed the law 100%. Because those are alterations. You're supposed to go to your area and say, I want to put a guard. Neba kukiriza. Okitegeera logbook nvuddeyo. Whatever my logbook. The other things that you're supposed to also understand. One, you see this? There is a seat belt in each of the legal seats of this car. What was seat belt, right? Now, this seat has a seat belt. The passenger seat has a seat belt. In the behind, I'm supposed to have 3 passengers. Okay, they are supposed to every passenger is supposed to have a seat belt, and every time someone is seated in the seat, they're supposed to fasten their seat belt. Okitegeera. Now fe tusiba kujja maaso abemabega tebasiba misipi. Okitegeera. And you need to understand that the traffic officers actually let that pass. Kati ba traffic officer batera kwata batasiba misipi maaso. Of course that's a lapse on their end. Kwanza misipi jangu jonna mwejideo bana atano kukwata nga njijjayo. Okitegeera. Mama Bunny is not comfortable with the seat belts there and stood on one away. So I let it also pass because mvuka bulungi nga nina abantu bange. Nze omusipi kati nze omusipi gwankwata. I fasten my seat belt ne bemba ntudde butuzi mu motoka. Sometimes I even forget when I'm going nowhere when tuna nesiba omusipi. It's part of me. Now for you guys that is not part of you, bajja bakube ipapula. You're putting your life in danger. Remember, your life is not your own. Your life belongs to the government. Bofa obofiriza government resource, human resource. Okitegeera obogifiriza omusolo. So the government can actually charge you for not putting on a seat belt. Okitegeera. So everyone in your kati mwabavuga emoroka empe kati fejaffe emisipi olumiji na michafu. That's why you find that people don't want to put them on. That's why every person that buys a new car with me, I tell them, emoroka givugire mu SC. Kati mulaba ne yange sawe eno ndi mu SC. Okitegeera. Si malala, it's okay. Obulamu bwa kiseera lwaki enfufu enkuba nga nyina SC mu motoka. Kati mwabavuge abagule moroka empya ngo oli ku UBJ. Kati osiyenta UBJ tewali nsonga lwaki ndabirwamu ebeera wansi. Okujja nga oli mbifo bino ebitali mu nfuufu nga kololo oseera ne osanga omuntu ng'avuga ekiteezi emoroka eri ku UBE ng'endabirwamu ziri wansi enfuufu nga bweyingira. And one thing you need to understand, just even away from the law, a clean car is easy to sell, and one way to keep your car clean is by making sure dust doesn't enter. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And the one way to make sure dust doesn't enter is by locking your car whenever you can. Kati wano osobola okugula weendabirwa mpaida enfufu ntono niye bw'otuuka eri mu bikubo byange erinze gyepita endabirwamu ziba waggulu. Okitegeera. What about very dark tint? Edwin, dark tint is not allowed anywhere in the world. There is a limited darkness. There is the darkness that is allowed under the law, but that is not spoken about in the law in Uganda. Kati, because there is no specific law that refuses you from putting your tint, but generally anywhere in the world dark tint is not allowed. Nefe wano mu Uganda there is no law that speaks about tint. That's why you find that they will never arrest you for having dark tint in your car. They will never arrest you. Era inza kujanga police nga minister yagirese obuntu bwa minister bwe bakola babuyita batyo obuntu bwabwe nawandika ya akantu ke nakayisa directive. But dark tint temuli teeka mu traffic law, temuli teeka likugaana kubeera na tinti wo. Ata what if I put advertising stickers on the car? Is it also regarded as change of color? Now, for you to put advertisement stickers on your car, you're supposed to pay tax for it. That makes your car commercial. Kitegeza ne third party wine okuchuuka. Okitegeera. Especially if the sticker is covering the entire car. Newe wo inako ka sticker nga kalaga ka logo kokka, that's okay. But even then, emotoka bwebanga eraga logo ya company, it means it's a company. Kaneba naga abantu abavuga bo IST ali yabaga nti muvuga race car averi na akavuga na kuita kubasoka kugama muvuga SUV. Kati apparently you people think you're driving race cars. Yeah? Advertising on the car there is nowhere in the law where it says you should not advertise on the car. But the moment you put advertising on the car, it becomes a commercial. It ceases to be a private car. It ceases to be a private car. Emoroka kasoji sake ebipande eba commercial gikozesa kola center kitegeeza. You're supposed to pay commercial third party. Kitegeeza government olina ogiwa omusolo. I don't know if I make sense. The moment you put stickers on your car, it becomes a commercial car. Tekyali private car. Toyina sasula third party wa mtwalo mukaga mukanana nga ffe abalala. Bw'oba olina kusasula commercial third party. Then bw'obanga emmotoka ogivugira mu Kampala, you're supposed to pay a tax for it. Katolabe emmotoka ya DSTV, that DSTV car, that's a commercial car. Era bw'ogenda ntula ku third party waabwe, they are paying commercial third party. Okitegeera, because it's a company car. Era emmotoka eza company zirina ne license gye ziweeyazo. Olaba nga our small cars don't really pay any license fees. Okay? Our small cars don't pay any license. Fetukoma ku third party. But the commercial cars, emmotoka z'ama company because they are going to be doing business, you pay a certain license to allow you do your business on Ugandan roads. The government wants a share of your money. So bw'ogula kigege n'ogamba kigege yange ngenda kubeetambuza bakozi bange, then you ought to pay tax to the government through in form of a license that allows you to do that. Kati webanga motoka ya company nga bw'olabye emmotoka ya DSTV, then I will also take on a ebipande because it's clear you have a commercial license. I don't know if I make sense. But you can't wake up in the morning no gamba nti nze Arthur kadde butesi stickers zijjudde ku motoka. Okitegeera, you can't just do that. You need to pay. Chovola abantu bagaba enguzi olumu wa traffic nakusaba omutwalo n'otamanya lwaki agusabe yenga omusango gwo yagulabye dda naye nga gwe tonnagulaba. Neensubira ntegeerekese. Edwin ontegedde? After with 13 million, can I get a Sienta Pro Box for a woman you be here? Wiriba. Oyagala kuchawa bantu wiriba. Oyagala kuchawa bantu. $13 million nga sente ntono baba kufuna UB. Jako nga tofaayo nga ne wono gifuna nga nvundu. Ojja fafa bagano yo kasiteba ko ka UB ku number plate. Katolaba Nissan March eyo Nissan March is not a recommended car. Na ye tambula ku lugudo yayagala million nga mukaga. Kati bwaba yagala million nga mukaga seko oba 5 gwe dada ogateko bugasi million mukaga ofuna UB seriyo omusajja jata navuga myaka jubera 10 kubo. Okitegeera man. So you can't. 13 million is very little money for what you want. Okitegeera. Ekyemisipi tukwataganye baganda bange. Echirala. Mwe. Do you know what it means for a car to be in good condition? Majority of cars in Ugandan roads are DMCs. First of all, a motoka inokuba inspected. Now, our inspecting a motoka mujja kubeera surprise. They inspect even the things that even new cars don't use. Mulabe motoka eri ku UBD wishe eri maso. Ojja musango yonga ne AC tekola. But do you know that having AC that is not functional makes your car dangerous to you? Yeah, amateka. Amateka gali funny. Without inspecting, for the guys that have taken cars to Uber, for example, the motoka yo boboji tute mu Uber. By the way, there is someone I know that got an accident on a border. Na ye omuntu oyo yafunye accident border nga atayine motoka naye nga yagissa mu Uber mukolere sente. Yafunye accident nakuba wo mutwe, so we don't ayina kuzina abantu bafuna accident ne border abasinga bafa later. Atuuka awonye n'okuwona nga ayisizaawo n'emyezi all of a sudden nabanga tacha sanafa. So you guys be careful. Bobo ina modu sendo solo kule modoka. You guys, a car is not a luxury in Uganda. Chonchidamu, a car is not a luxury. That's why nana kunzija kumoroka. A car is not a luxury. A car is a necessity. Borders should be taken only when you can't prevent or avoid it. Of course, there are people that work in places like Gazaland where you don't even have a place to park a kakata. But be very careful. But you guys, don't buy a car if you're going to put it in Uber. Oja kufa wejuse n'okwejusa lwaki nfudde nga mbadde ne moroka. Abana ba boda balina engeri gye bavugisa ekimama. It's like for them they have spare lives at home. Nze boda njitulako nenkankana n'okankana. Ekitegeeza I can't wake up and use my Noah to transport my products without paying commercial tax. Even if I don't have a company, they'll go, no, you can't. You can't, Edwin. You have to go. Nebakuwa license ekukiza okutwala abantu n'ebyamaguzi. Okitegeera. But normally what happens, I don't know if there's another way. What happens is if emotoka yo bwekirikatulaba nga nnuwa yeeyo, you have to pay for each seat that you want. Ideally emotoka gye bafuula commercial kati nga nnuwa yeeyo ng'ogitute baba bakukkiriza kutwala abasaabaze ba mu maaso bokka. Otwala abasaabaze b'omu maaso bokka emabega ojjuzeeyo ebyamaguzi. Okitegeera. That's what the commercial tax ekukiza okutikka ebintu bwebeera ekuwa permission ya kutikka abasaabaze babiri, then ewalala otikeyo ebintu. But if you want extra seats buli mutto nagwo ogusasulira. Okitegeera. So that's, you can't just wake up and say motoka nkanjitikka ebintu. You can't. Of course in Uganda you can. Naye kitegeeza ogenda sigala ogaba ssente buli lunaku ez'enguzi. Okitegeera. Era abantu abasinga bemula kukubo nga yebulina kuba muyimiriza aba talina license etikka bintu naye nga abitisse. Kati owa traffic akufuula kamereke because you're not following the law. Okitegeera. Ekirala mu abantu abagula emmoroka empya esi mugikozeseeko. Once in a while use the AC so that it doesn't die. Because we're tubituukanga basazeewo tutandika okukola inspection. Emmoroka yo negwa inspection lwa AC nga ate ovuga emmoroka mpya okusinga na mukadde wa Arthur. You get what I'm saying? Then also, don't alter your car at all. Tewali nsonga lwaki you alter your car. Teriiwo. Leave your car the way you bought it. If you want a car that has big tires, buy a car with big tires originally. Don't buy a car with small tires and then put big tires. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you want a black car, buy a black car. When we were buying the Fielder that we bought last week, when we were buying the Fielder we bought, we went to the Twagenham warehouse. I want to get to Asanga Fielder, but two options are Fielders, 3 Fielders. There was a white Fielder, there were 2 black Fielders. Now I want to refute the claim that black cars are cheaper than white cars. Black cars are cheaper than white cars with certain types of cars. Then white cars are cheaper than black cars with certain cars. If a white Fielder can't be more expensive than a black Fielder, because a black Fielder looks better than a white Fielder. A black Fielder looks better than a white Fielder. However, a white Kawundo looks better than a black Kawundo. So it should don't fail to buy your car simply because someone has said black as buy the car you want. For example, the Fielder we bought, the white Fielder was there. Now you're in Nunji again. And by the way, the Fielder we bought had 40k mileage, 40k kilometers. Emitwale nanga kumpi brand new. bweba ya Toyota Uganda ebe China ne warranty yayo omwana yafunye mmoroka baba 40k. It wasn't reset. Nestika UNBS yabadde kweringa ekyaliko emitwalo gyayo ena okitegeera. So bwe bannamateeka mwagala tulemesa emmotoka zaffe. That's why I like Subaru guys. They are always modifying their rides to their tastes. Kati obona atomedde ki ate mmotoka ya kitongole betomedde nowa taxi kirabika. I know what taxi atomedde Land Cruiser. Obuzibu bwa taxi bavugisa ekimama ajja nali nnyo omuliro atagala mubeere mu maaso oyo ajja kuyiga. Bwe bagenda zimujjamu ate empitirivu bwe mmotoka z'ebitongole zo tebazisinikirako mannyo. But Karim sikulemesa mmoloka. It's important that for us we understand the laws. Nabagambye fe tugera tandika campaign buli muntu agoberera amateeka as much as possible. So today if you're driving a car, go print your logbook ugiteeke mu mmotoka. Permit your original tambula nayo nayebeerako n'akafaananyi ku ssimu. Bwe batakulemeddeko gimu original muweeyo okitegeera eyo ku ssimu oba beera nayo nga eri photocopied ku lupapula okitegeera. Ekirala, if your car was altered before you bought it ng'aliko emipiira size 14 ne basaako 15, there are two alternatives. Either put back the original tires or go to Ministry of Works and get it altered. Bakitekemu mu logbook yayo nti kati mmoloka eno tugikirize ebereke emipiira size 15. Those are two alternatives. Ekyokubiri siba omusipi n'abasaabaze bo basiba omusipi okitegeera. Ekirala esigikozese ebenga ekola okitegeera. Ekirala emmoloka gikumire mu mbeera nnungi ng'erabika bulungi erina emipiira gyayo totambula nandabe ebiramu talina kuba muyadde akaatika. But apparently obwatika buno obumwe babaleka ne mutambula nabwo they are being human. Bw'oteeka akatanda ku mmoloka yo ne bakuleka they are being human. Let me tell you, a car was made to carry a certain load and the load gye bakolera emmoloka yo teyetaagako extra help. Kati olaba kakatanda kali ku taxi, load gye bakolera kigege eyo erina kuba munda mu kigege, terina kuba bweru wa kigege okitegeera. But I think because the kigege is a commercial car asasula license naye ati naye license asasula yakutika abantu 14 tasasula license yakutika bintu ku bbaati. Besides ebintu ku bbaati biri dangerous, bisobola okubuukako ne bikuba emmoloka egiri emabega, bisobola okusitowa ne bigwa munda. Ontegeera kye nkugamba. Gaadi emmoloka eyo Max mugirabanga bweri bweyina okuba, Pajero eyo mugirabanga bweri bweyina okuba mu abateekako gaadi oba omenye mateeka okujjako nga gaadi yajjirako. I don't know if you make sense. You can't buy your Regius and transform it into an ambulance. You have to go to URA, to Ministry of Works, fulfill all the conditions of becoming of your car being an ambulance. Then they can allow your car to be an ambulance. Kampiseo kano. Bagayi bange. Nkola pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to be buying a car and you want to make the right choice, you want to get the right price, okay? I do all the verification. I come with a mechanic and we make sure that you get a good car, you get a good deal, right? Pre-purchase inspection right now is costing 400,000 shillings only. Starting January 2024, it will be costing 600,000. My guarantee is that if you have the right budget, in one day you'll have a car. If your budget is not proper, 2 days maximum is what I give you to try and look for a car that is in your budget. But I make sure that I tell you, if your budget is not proper, I make sure to tell you that your budget, you can't get a car so that we don't waste time. If you decide that, okay, let's waste our time, we waste it a little, of course. But I do pre-purchase inspection. I sell car trackers. A tracker will cost you 350,000 for one that is not voice activated, and one that is voice activated will cost you 450k. And then I sell car alarms. The alarm will cost you 200,000. Yes, this is some morokazabantu bangi. Sagara ogule alarm ojiteke mu moroka, then you be driving in traffic jam, alarm activating. There are those. Ne alarm ze nyini waliwo bayina alarm gazifaananiza feze tusa mu moroka naye ng'ezaabwe bichupuli kuba twali tuziguzeeko ne tuzijjamu. Client n'omuteekamu alarm n'etandika okukuba kerere. N'akuyita n'ojjanga ate olina okukola ki? Ng'olina okugijjamu. Okitegeera. But anyway, is it true the limitation of entry of old vehicles doesn't affect pickups? It doesn't affect commercial cars. It affects pickups. It doesn't affect lorries. Pickups are affected, but lorries. That's why you see that most of the Hilux double cabins around the road are actually newer models, but it affects them. Okay. Now, let's say I'm buying a car from Toyota Direct and they are putting for me all those accessories such as bulba and so on also. That is wrong. Now, if it's not in the logbook, they have to put those things in the logbook. Now, that's different with the off-road vehicles. Off-road vehicles, God, yeah, what you say bulba, is part of the chassis. But your car has is unibody, Katenyange Corolla, it's unibody. There is no way that the bulba is or the guard is part of the chassis. So, if you're buying a car from Toyota and it's an off-road vehicle, the bulba can be part of the chassis. Today, we start teaching acting, directing, script writing, and arts management at Plato's Institute. I had that on my status for the guys that have my contact. You saw it. And today is going to be our orientation. Isaac, Jombwe Juma, Lubura Chris Fitness, Abibu Kenya, Arinaitwe Kevin, Mwonge Richard, Magalasi Joshua. Thank you very much, guys, for being part of the broadcast, by the way. Mark Muyombia, Peace Joseph, Mavoga Jet Center, Bisobora Ibrahim, William Magezi, Semosu Wilba, October, Ben Kako, Nelson Chobe, Shagaf Salmin, Komakech Rogers, Moses Heath, Nelson Chobe, Edwin Mugerwa, Jude Kasibante, King Daniels, Blake FX, Karim, Tusime Daniel, Ak Vicent. Thank you very much, guys, for being part of the broadcast. Temwera vida, send me referrals abantu bayambe ko okulonda emmoro. Bana itemugamba abantu nti ndi broker. Kibina ki? Nze nvuga Corolla, sivuga kibina. So, do you pay extra for adding those mitayimbwa? Which means the guards, you're not supposed to put them. What about putting iron pipes on lorries? Is it allowed? Because I saw in Japan, a Fuso is authorized to carry 16 tons, not 12. 6 tons, not 12, as it is in Uganda. Actually, Adrian, if that car even here is not allowed to carry more than 6 tons. It's not allowed. That's why the lorry guys have money to give the officers, because they are carrying load illegally. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's why normally I tell you guys, what business toji money toji yingira. Your business here, the only way these guys can actually make some money is by carrying extra load, by overloading. Yet overloading is illegal. Overloading is illegal, but every person that drives a lorry knows. Because there's this sobola. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it's illegal. Obutayimba bobo and banga buli allowed. But it's illegal to carry more load than you are. Because we modify things, and there are modifications that are allowed. For example, chigegeze batuvugira mwezo taxi. There are cargo vans in Japan. Tezivuga basabaze. Nefe wane wafe zivuga chi? Zivuga basabaze. Pre-purchase inspection hack. Pay Arthur 400,000 now. Call up Arthur to buy a car in 2025. 2025 onobo chajukira nokujukira nti wampa sente. How much can I get this alarm system and security car safety warning alarm with 2 remote controls DC12? Do you really need that much security for your car in one go? Me, I would actually recommend that if you want all those things, have an alarm separate and then have a tracker separate, because the tracker can do all the other things which together, yet the alarm also does what it has to do. Arthur, do you think there will be an amendment on Entebbe express speed limit, or just bagara kutusiba? 100 is no, 100 is not low. Chairman Zach, speed chikumi nyingi. Do you know why? I think they put into consideration that you are driving old cars. Emoroka Jemvuge Yangi at 2001. How many years are those? Those are 23 years. Okubodebagikola. Emoroka ya 23 years toina kujivuga speed yeyo. Mwaba mukati mwavuga emoroka eza 210 mwenda. Emoroka za mwezine emyaka 10 and above. A car that is 10 years old, you want to drive it at 140? No. I think nienze mbawagira mwebagai speed chikumi ogiraba. Speed chikumi emotoka ne yabiko omupira. That's when you will know that nobody can stop reggae. You people. Speed chikumi nyingi. Olaba nze wemavuga speed chikumi mbeera nti emikono jombi ku steering atenga nywezeza because nchimanyi kantu katono nyo kakukanga ubovudde ku luguudo ne bagayi bana kamba siulenge nitandika okukola byenyino okukola byabakama bange. May God bless you. Mwabayina abaana abayi talented in acting. Wina Muganda wayagala kuwandika scripts za film. By the way, the industry is growing. Nze nabagamba personally ngenda kuba ne TV show ku Pal Magic Local coming soon. I'll tell you what time. It's going to start this September. Era n'obulanga mujjapa mu bulaba. Yeah. Kati mbamanya, the industry is growing. Abaana abali mu film industry kati bakola sente. Tebikyali biri ebyedda. Bobo ina Muganda nga ali talented amanyi okuwandiika, amanyi okuzanya, omulabamu obwa director, omulabamu obwa manager, abamanager nabo kati bali ya sente, because me personally I am a talented actor and director, but my core is management. That's why I went back and did marketing, because management and marketing are literally marketing leads. So kati man otuseret Steven, but tomorrow is another day. So mwebagai bobo inayo Muganda o tubisomesa Institute bagita Platos Institute of Arts and Marketing, website edi platosinstitute.com. Hi Lubinga George Johnson, I hope you're good. platosinstitute.com mugende ku website mulabe courses etuyina, mulabe why your people should be studying those courses. Mubatulete tuseera arts management course ya mitwalo 8 for 4 months, acting course ya mitwalo 5, directing course na script writing course za mitwalo 6. Asomere emyezi 4, but by the way trust me agenda omala emyezi ejena nga si oligo wali omanyi. May God bless you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Market Tuesday guys. Ngenda take a topic yencha tugenda kuba tuyiga. I wish you a very lovely day. God bless you. Ciao.